of competition being negatived, and to what extent is there any alternative benefit arising from the proposal as a whole?
Another of Britain's most famous sweet manufacturers could soon pass into foreign hands. A Swedish company has offered more than £60 million for Bassett Foods, the company that makes licorice all sorts. Bassett's management has said that it will do all it can to fight off the bid.
Licorice may have made Bassett famous, but it is also jelly babies, dolly mixtures and wine gums which have helped to make it one of Britain's largest sweet producers. The business was founded in 1845 when George Bassett opened a sweet shop in Sheffield. But it wasn't until 1899 that it launched Licorice All Sorts. The sweets had been sold as separate types until a salesman dropped a sample box in a shop, mixing them all up. The shopkeeper
Good evening to you all. I'm tempted to say we've got all sorts of weather on the way, but it's stormy really. That's the message. In fact, the message I gave you yesterday evening, that weather is certainly on the way. That's the front that gave today's rain. It's moved on into the North Sea, a little bit of a ridge to quieten things down, but only for a while, because this is a little rogue out here on the Atlantic, deepening like mad, heading up towards Iceland and bringing us this very windy weather. Here we are on the satellite picture, quite a lump of cloud out there on the Atlantic. Clearer at the moment around the British Isles, although you can probably see the speckling of showers, but they'll be going probably during the course of the evening. Now let's have a look at this area of low pressure and watch the way it travels in the next 24 hours or so. I'll run a sequence and you can see the way it brushes past northwestern Scotland. Those isobars really squeezed in there, so very windy weather indeed. Although the windiest weather of all, I think, probably around the Faroe Islands and eventually moving up towards Iceland. So for this evening, well, we've got a fair number of...
This is BBC One in the Northwest. Northwest Tonight with Winifred Robinson and Kathy Smith.
The factory affected by Legionnaire's disease, MPs launch an inquiry.
The hospital in a compensation row after a birth went wrong.
The chief constable who policed the Toxteth riot steps down.
And tucking in, the school money raiser that's good for the teeth. Good evening. A 6-year-old boy from Salford has been awarded compensation of £300